If cops find your fingerprint at a crime scene, you better have a good explanation. An Albuquerque man whose print was found at a crime scene had a very good explanation. But because the detective investigating the case didn't ask enough questions, an innocent man's life became a living hell. Kim Holland has tonight's special assignment.
A break-in of this plumbing truck last August. The thief took more than $1,000 worth of tools. Cops investigated and found a usable fingerprint from inside the truck. Police ran the print and came up with a name: 27-year-old Justin Guzman.
The officer contacted the company. He spoke with the representative from the company and said, does that person have access and or authority to be in your vehicle? The company responsible manager or person said no.
So police put out an arrest warrant for Guzman. 6 months after the burglary, military police arrested Guzman as he tried to enter Kirtland Air Force Base for a construction job.
They frisked me down, threw me against the wall.
Case closed, right? Well, think again. It turns out police arrested an innocent man. Guzman admits he was in that TLC truck because he's good friends with the driver.
Of course, my fingerprint's going to be in there. I did a lot of work at his house, and he's been to my house and been in and out of that truck.
And the day of the break-in, the two worked together and used the truck.
I think with that information, it probably would have never went as far as it did in the very first place.
When someone breaks into a car or a house, police come and collect all the fingerprints they can to lead them to a suspect. But when they talk to the victim, they can often eliminate many of those fingerprints, leading them to the one suspect they're looking for.
But in this case, police didn't speak to the TLC truck driver. In fact, the case was scheduled to go to grand jury when News 13 called police to ask about it. APD Deputy Chief Paul Feist took a second look and realized there was a problem.
I think there's a little bit of more investigation that could have been done, probably on all sides. I think the officers should have definitely checked with everyone involved, not just the company.
The DA's office now confirms it will not pursue any charges against Justin Guzman, but the case still went far enough to turn his life upside down. Guzman spent a day in jail and had to post a $1,500 bond to get out and try to clear up this mess.
I lost my job.
Because of this?
Just because of this, because I cannot get on base, and I'm a thief in everybody's eyes, you know, no one wants a thief around working for him.
He's also out thousands of dollars in attorney's fees to defend his name. What's more, he now has an arrest on his record that will take more lawyers' fees and a judge's order to expunge.
I blame the detective for doing a crappy investigation.
Kim Holland, KRQE News 13.
APD's deputy chief we interviewed said he talked to the officer who investigated this case and his supervisor to make sure something like this doesn't happen again. Justin Guzman still hasn't gotten his job back.